I was browsing Twitter the other night and I stumbled upon this tweet by Metroid Mike 64, who's been working on a super world for Mario Maker for over 5 years. It's finally ready and it's called Super Mario Bros. 5. Apparently, this super world is exactly what a Super Mario 5 would look like, so I am actually curious to see if I can beat this one without touching a single coin. Hopefully, all levels will be beaten coinless. Anyways, let's just jump into it. World 1-1 is full of Galoombas, Koopas, and a bunch of stacks of coins all over the place. We can easily go under the coins for the most part, and watch out for this POW block, which makes a bunch of coins fall from the ceiling. Ugh, pretty scary. But you know what's even scarier? This final part here with the seesaw and the coins over it. You have to make this very scary looking jump, and then you must tiptoe your way to the right very slowly so that the seesaw tilts, and if done correctly, you can actually get to the end without touching a coin. 1-2 was thankfully way easier than the first level. It does contain its few share of coins, but they're mostly always avoidable without putting in too much effort. I do have to admit that this jump here on the mushroom platforms was a bit scary, but very possible nonetheless. One thing I have to say is that I was a bit paranoid of all those brick blocks. I didn't want to hit a single one, just in case they contained evil coins. 1-3 was actually quite simple. Basically, grab a Yoshi and make your way to the end. 1-4 was a total joke. You have to hit a bunch of giant Koopas to break blocks, but they never gave out yucky coins, so it's pretty easy to beat it without touching one. 1-Airship was such a cool level. You have to beat it twice, but by activating the blue and red blocks, well, it leads to different paths. Anyways, most coins can be avoided, and beating the boss was actually not too difficult. And then, bruh, are you serious? A room full of yucky coins? I don't like that! So trust me, you absolutely have to clear the boss as small Mario to be able to walk under those yucky things. But it is possible. World 2-1 is definitely not going to be one of my favorites for this quest. Basically, there's a bunch of parts with yucky coins that we cannot actually dodge. The gimmick in this stage is that you have to hit invisible blocks in order to create paths to proceed through the stage. This led me to touch 3 coins to create this first bridge, 2 over there, 2 more there, and way too many to count over there. I can't believe it! This level is disgusting! You have to touch at least 20 coins to beat it! Ugh, let's hope this was the only level that sucked. 2-2 was actually quite simple, featuring a few coins that we could dodge. Up until I reached the end over there. Would you look at that? Twisters with coins above them. I tried to run as soon as I got out of the pipe, but the twisters had time to start pushing us up right into those coins. This level is impossible for this quest. 2-3 was a pretty fun stage where you get a pea balloon and have to navigate in between coins and enemies. My first attempt wasn't the best one, but soon I realized that you can just go to the bottom part of the screen and pretty much skip this entire section. And guess what? Once it's done, the rest is super easy. 2-4 was actually quite simple, and you can avoid the coins that are on the way by doing some scary jumps. But you know what? The first section forces you to hit an invisible block in order to get to that vine over there. This means that we have to collect this one single coin. Another unbeatable level. Aww. 2-Castle was actually super simple and didn't feature coins on the way. And guess what? During the fight, I decided to get hit to become Small Mario. You know, just in case there's more yucky coins after the fight. And there were! You won't fool me twice, Metroid Mike. I'm big brain. Your super world is pretty cool, by the way. World 3-1 is our first underwater stage. And let me tell you that it was quite a long one. You'll have to swim in between tons of coins, but they can all be easily avoided. Once we're back up, we'll have a couple more coins to dodge, and these ones over there were quite the problem. I couldn't jump to avoid them, so what I had to do was to swim under them all. This was scary, but I still managed to do it. 3-2 was actually pretty simple, not featuring that many coins, which meant I cleared it quite fast. 3-3 was also pretty simple, but at one point you have to hit a block with a green shell to get a key, and these blocks on the sides contain yucky coin, so make sure that you stop the shell and you'll be good. 3-4 gives you a frog suit and asks you to swim in between bloopers and cheap cheeps, and it's actually super fun to swim that fast in the water. There aren't that many coins in the stage, so for the quest everything will be good. 3-airship does not feature a single coin on the way to the boss Wendy Koopa, but remember to be Small Mario before you defeat her, or else you'll touch these coins at the end. World 4-1 was pretty easy at first, but eventually I had to hit invisible blocks to create a bridge across those two pipes. And after defeating Boom Boom, we are rewarded with 50 coins. Ugh, yucky. This level is not possible. 4-2 was actually quite easy and featured no coins on the way. 4-3 starts off with our favorite thing ever, hitting invisible blocks to create a bridge and cross the bridges. Why is this a recurring thing in that game? I'm so confused. You know what? That's it. 4-3 is officially my least favorite level now. 4-Ghost House was super confusing. There's like a million doors and blocks turning into coins all over the place. I managed to get through the first part without touching a single coin, but eventually I had to cross this wall of coins, which made this level impossible. 4-Castle is a pretty cool castle with a bunch of challenges leading you to the item needed to get to the next section, and the first few challenges are fun and coinless, but soon we'll reach this one, which, as you can see, requires you to go through 1,000,000 coins to get to the P door. Come on, game, why do you do this to me? World 5-1 starts off with a bunch of koopas and a bunch of coins, but I decided not to pay too much attention to them. Sadly, this part eventually came up, and as you can probably already tell, we'll have to hit this koopa, which then will touch 1,000,000,000 coins on the way in order to clear out the blocks. 5-2 is such a fun and creative level featuring the on-off switch. There are like 10 different challenges involving all sorts of cool ways to use those. This level is seriously fun, and it only contains 2 coins, which are easily avoidable. 5-3 contains a bunch of bombs and blocks to destroy, and at one point you're meant to hit a P-switch to turn these yellow blocks into coins and go through them. Obviously, this is illegal, but the bombs can break those yellow blocks for us before they turn into dangerous coins, meaning we're in the clear and this level can be done. 5-4 is a level that doesn't feature that many coins, but here's the main issue. There are lots of question mark blocks, and inside of those, many coins. Obviously, I didn't touch a single one of those coin blocks, but those annoying thwomps did it for me. Technically, I didn't touch a single coin, but I still get awarded a bunch of yucky coins because of those thwomps. So for this reason, this level is not possible. 5-Castle was a very fun stage involving upside down parts. There was this part with a ton of coins which proved to be quite the challenge, but I managed to clear it with a spin jump. Sadly, later in the level, we have to hit 2 invisible blocks to reach an area, and both these blocks contain yucky coins. Dang it. World 6-1 contains a few coins and features a bunch of tricky jumps, but I managed to make it out alive without touching a single one. At least, that's what I would like to tell you, if it wasn't for this one part at the beginning of the stage with coins protecting the blue pipe. Why am I so unlucky today? 6-2 isn't too difficult. It does contain a few coins here and there, but they can all be avoided, which is pretty good. 6-3 is a level which will ask you to throw fire at some blocks in order to melt them. And guess what's inside of those blocks? Coins, of course. 6-4 is yet again filled with icy coin blocks. You have to melt them and then collect the yucky coins, which is really annoying. 6-Airship was a tricky stage, which contains a bunch of coins, but I managed to beat it without touching a single one. This part here was very difficult and required me to run and damage boost through those enemies, but I did it. World 7-1 was a pretty fun stage involving POW blocks and munchers, and it really was cool. The problem is that there is one single part where we have to hit a koopa shell to collect a bunch of coins down there. If it weren't for this part, everything would have been so good. 7-2 is a level featuring a bunch of underwater challenges where you collect red coins, which I could live off with. But sadly, those red coins are often surrounded by normal, illegal yellow coins, so because of that, this level is yet again impossible. 7-3 contains a bunch of coins, but thankfully, if you're being careful, you can avoid them all. 7-4 also contains its fair share of coins, but to be honest, if you're being careful and using Yoshi, you can actually dodge them all. 7-Castle started off with this. As you can see, there's like a billion blocks and a P-switch we have to hit. Can you guess what happens when you do? Well, all of those blocks turn into coins that you have to collect. You know what, whatever, at this point I don't have any hopes for the quest. Oh wait, guess what? World 8-1 doesn't contain a single coin on the way, meaning that I could quickly make my way to the end of it without having any problems whatsoever. 8-2 was a really annoying haunted house level with many doors and many secrets to uncover. Sadly, along the way, we'll have to get a bunch of yucky coins. 8-3 contains a bunch of coins, and there's one inside a question mark block that you absolutely have to touch in order for this bomb to blow up the path. Ah, another coin. 8-4 forces us to create a bridge out of invisible blocks right at the beginning. Forget about this one. Oh, and check out that ending where I actually fell in the lava and died while winning? That was pretty funny. 8-5 is full of invisible blocks that you have to hit, and thus filled with coins to collect. I had to collect a bunch throughout this entire quest, so you know what? Let me quickly beat up Bowser, and there you go. I'm going to collect all of those coins now. That's it, I'm done. I don't care anymore. Give them to me. No, it is not possible to beat Super Mario Bros. 5 without touching a single coin. Far from it. 20 levels were actually possible out of the 40 total levels this Super World features. That gives us a score of 50%, which, in my book, is a failure. Oh well, at least I had a blast playing through this super world created by Mikey Mike, so you should totally give it a go. The code is going to be in the description down below. And as for me, well, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one, and go play some Mario! Alright, bye!